Welcome to the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Let's take a look around. In today's video, we're exploring one of the most iconic hotels in Las Vegas, the Bellagio. We'll review several room types, the fountains, the botanical gardens, and the best places to eat. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. Welcome into the standard room at the Bellagio. Let's take a look at the view. We have the fountain view. It's not on right now, but you can see it, and also a nice view of Paris. One nice thing is that there is a lot of seating here. So a little coffee table if you want to get some work done, and an ottoman to put your feet on, or your players who can sit there if they want. Charging stations right here. Also a couch that's pretty comfy. It is not a pull-out couch. The controls for the drapes are here, and lights are manual. Drawers in case you want to store anything. And this is the minibar section. It is a weighted minibar. Massive weighted fridge here. It's bigger than most hotel fridges. The top shelf is a personal shelf in case you have leftovers or drinks, but everything else is sensor activated. The extension is if you want some cool wine or Hennessy. More drawers here. And of course, there's no coffee maker because they want you to buy coffee. Large TV. King bed. Oh, it is nice and bouncy. Feels pretty comfy. Looping around here, we have the closet. Pretty large walk-in closet. So the safe is over here, along with bathrobes. They feel pretty nice. They don't look worn out, so that's always a good sign. These are like the only things that look really dated in the room. If they like updated them, it might look nicer. Step inside the large bathroom. So you have shower area here. Bathing amenities are individual, and it's from this brand. Not a separate area for the toilet, so it is here, plus a double vanity. In case you're curious where we are in a standard room right here. And in the past, we have been upgraded to room number 1 on a floor, which is quite the experience. So definitely keep watching if you want to see what that looks like. All right, and that wraps up the room tour. Let's go explore the rest of the property. The Bellagio is centrally located in the middle of the Strip, and it's where you can find the famous fountains. The signature lakefront water show runs daily, starting at 3 p.m. on weekdays and noon on the weekends. At night, the show runs every 15 minutes. There's plenty of good angles to watch the show, from right outside the fountains on the Strip, to going up the walkway into the Bellagio, getting a fountain view room, or even a unique front row show through one of the prime dining outlets. What I love about the Bellagio is that you can enjoy the tourist attractions without needing to stay at the hotel, and there's a high likelihood you'll end up strolling through there. Another iconic attraction is the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. It's a 14,000 square foot indoor garden that gets refreshed every season, plus a Lunar New Year display. For entertainment, O by Cirque du Soleil is a long-running resident show that's built around an aquatic theater concept. The swimming pool courtyard has multiple pools and hot tubs. One unique view of the Botanical Gardens is from the spa and salon floor. This is also where the fitness center is. If you like shopping, you can find a wide range of stores here from luxury to ultra luxury. Since the Bellagio is centrally located, it's also a connector to surrounding casinos. Right outside the luxury boutiques is a sky bridge to Caesars. If you walk past the gardens, you can find a walkway to the Cosmo and a tram that goes to Aria. We booked a stay using Find Hotels and Resorts, which is a VIP booking portal that you can access via specific travel cards. The main benefit of booking through a VIP portal is the $100 dining credit, daily breakfast credits, increased upgrade odds, and late checkout. Since the Bellagio is part of MGM, the dining credit is super flexible and you can use it at any MGM property. All you need to do is bill it to your room. If you like seafood, Carbone Riviera is my top pick. If you want to learn more about cards that give you access to a booking portal, or you just want to access one, I'll leave some links down in the description box below. Make sure the links are competitive, and using them helps support the channel, so thank you in advance. Good morning, it's breakfast time, and since we do have a dining credit for breakfast, so it's two $30 credits, so a total of $60 for up to 2 people, we decided to try Spago. I believe this is a new addition because I haven't seen it in previous years, but If you are able to get to Spago brunch, I think it's definitely worth it because you get this incredible fountain view. Plus you get to see the elusive boat that goes around the Bellagio. It's parked right now, but interesting to see a glimpse of it. For brunch, I have a king salmon salad with avocado. It looks delicious. And Sebastian ordered the salmon pizza. Let's dive in. King salmon is perfectly cooked and nice and flaky, which is always a good sign. Miso glaze isn't overwhelming and it goes perfectly with the salad. Yep, perfectly cooked salmon. Okay, let's try the salmon pizza. Looks like a light dough, has cream cheese and the smoked salmon and ikara on top. It's actually pretty good. I'm a fan. It's everything you would expect on like a bagel. It's on a pizza dough, but it kind of reminds me of pizza because it's like light and airy and not too dense. And it's not really a flat bread either. Pretty happy with both salmon dishes. Just depends on what you're in the mood for. All right, I'm gonna wrap up here and catch up with you later. Welcome into the Salone Suite at the Bellagio. This suite is 800 square feet, so a lot more spacious than a regular room and not quite as big as the other suite that we'll check out later in the video. Right when you walk in, there is a little work desk here, so we use this more as a charging station than a work desk, just because on the other side of the room, which we'll check out in a minute, is a much better view. If you want to entertain guests, there is a pretty comfy couch here, and let me see, it's just a regular sofa, not a pull-out couch. And what's really cool is behind me is a view of all the pools. That's actually a lot of pools. It looks nice. I sunburn really easily, so I'm not the type to go out and chill by the pool in the middle of the day. But if you are, this is the perfect spot for you. Over here is a giant TV and also a ton of plugs, which is super convenient, so this was also another charging station for us. We did bring our own water bottles because one of us has a coffee problem and it's not me. So the ice melted in the pot already, but we do have some coffee pods, which conveniently you can just put some water in, put the coffee in, shake it up, and it's good to go. Right over here is the weighted mini bar. We didn't touch it since it is very pricey. And then also below is weighted drinks. If you are staying here with people you don't trust to keep out of the mini bar, there is a lock mechanism so you can set it. This was our workstation where we had our laptops out, and there's also a great partial view of the strip. The bed is super comfy. Usually I'm not a fan of hotel beds, but I think it's the mattress topper that makes it like a cloud here. Huge bathroom with a double vanity and also bathtub and shower. The bathtub is nice because it does have bubble jets. And if you don't feel like taking a bath, there's always a shower. The view from the bathtub is also pretty cool. Spinning around over here, we have the closet, so safe, hair dryer, slippers, and bathrobe. In the toilet room, we have a toilet and a bidet. There's also a vanity here if you want to use it. Plenty of mirrors throughout the bathroom, so if you close the closet door, it's also mirrors. And then there's a TV in the mirror too.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Yeah, the remote control's right here. Taking a look at the map, we are right here, which is 41, so this is 800 square feet. And then there's also the mega suite, which is number 1. Actually, let's go check out number 1. Welcome to the Cypress Suite at the Bellagio. We booked our second night using points just because the prices were a little absurd. I think there might be a convention going on. So I think this was an operational upgrade because everything else was sold out. Originally, we asked to keep the same room, but they said that one was already sold, so here we are. Starting off, we have a large living room. This dining room table was used for a workstation. Here's a really nice lounge area where you can entertain guests. And let's see. Oh, pretty firm sofa. Large TV with a good sound system. We loop on over here. This tripod was for filming the fountains outside. So if we look right outside the window, there's usually a fountain show every half hour. One king size bed and If you're like, man, this TV is really in the way and you don't want to look at it anymore, check this out. You can just make it disappear. Lounge chair that's really comfy. I took a nap on here. This is probably the largest bathroom I've ever encountered. There's a great view if you just want to lounge around in the bathroom. So it is fountain view with Paris and Planet Hollywood sink. And if you get bored while brushing your teeth, there is a TV here. The amenities are from Lanovera, so same as the regular rooms. Toilets in here and a huge shower. One cool thing is that this also turns into a steam room, so you can set the temperature and the time. But maybe you're thinking, you know, showers aren't my thing. I'm in this suite and I really want a bathtub. Come with me. Welcome to the second bathroom. So this is also a full-size bathroom, and this one has a jacuzzi tub. All right, let's get in here to see how much room there is. Oh yeah, plenty of room. I forgot to mention that each bathroom also has its own closet. This one has a smaller lounge chair, but it does have a view of the Flamingo, Harrah's, and Caesar's Palace. If you're the type to unpack and put things up, cabinets here. The crazy thing is that they gave us the largest room on the floor. The second closest one would be 49, and 125 looks like a junior suite. All right, and that wraps up the tour of the Cypress Suite. Carbone Riviera is the newest addition to Bellagio, and it's one of the hardest reservations to get since it's booked out weeks in advance. If you can't get a reservation, your best bet is to be the first in line when the doors open at 5 p.m. to snag a seat at the bar, which is what we did. Note that if you want the best views in the house, which is the Riviera deck, where you can enjoy front row views of the famous Bellagio fountains, there is a $175 food and beverage minimum spend per guest. Carbone Riviera is a seafood-driven experience, and they also offer the classic iconic dishes such as the spicy rigatoni vodka, Caesar salad, and steaks. For starters, the complimentary appetizers here are olive focaccia bread, breadsticks, white bean dip, and pickled veggies. The focaccia was really good and paired well with the bean dip. The breadsticks and pickled veggies were okay. From the delicacies of the sea menu, we ordered the whole Mediterranean sea bream. The fish was super fresh and it came with 3 different sauces to try with it. My favorite sauce was the sesame oil. I think the whole fish is perfect for 4 people. For the main course, we ordered the crab capellini and a side of spicy lobster meatballs. The meatballs came out super fast, but for some reason, it took over 20 minutes for the pasta to arrive later. To be fair, it was the second week of opening, so it's expected that there were still some things to work out. We were really hungry and devoured the meatballs. These are a must-get item. It has the same spice level as the spicy vodka sauce, and it's cooked perfectly. Nice and tender, plenty of lobster, and great flavors. Probably some of the best meatballs I've ever had. Perhaps they were intentionally slow with the pasta, but I ended up ordering a second side of meatballs to enjoy with it. The crab capellini was perfect and had a decent amount of crab. Light flavors, pasta was cooked al dente, and the lobster meatballs were a good addition. Finally, for dessert, we ordered a slice of the Sicilian lemon cheesecake. It's one of the best desserts, and the flavors were bright and lemony. To end the meal, we received a plate of complimentary rainbow cookies. Overall, I really enjoyed our meal and would happily dine here again. I also prefer the seafood over the classic Carbone experience. Overall, Bellagio is one of our go-to properties if we want to be centrally located on the Strip. The service is great, and the flexible food credit is super easy to use. If you made it this far in the video, leave a fountain emoji down in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on the Bellagio, and would you stay here? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.